Welcome back to the Aurora Public Library's Typing Club. My name is Jason, and this is week 6. At the end of this lesson, we will have finished learning all the letters typed by the right hand. And in this week, those letters will be M, U, P, and C. 3 of those letters are typed with the right hand, and 1 is typed with the left hand. So let's take a look at what we learned last week before we get into the new letters for this week. Last week, we learned 4 new keys. We learned the W key, R key, B key, and the comma key. And last week, we learned 3 keys on the left hand, but this week we'll learn 3 keys on the right hand. So last week, we learned that the W key is typed with the 4th finger or ring finger of the left hand, going from the home row of S up to the top row to type W. And we learned that the R key and the B key are both typed with the index finger of the left hand, going up from the home row to R in the top row from F, and going from F in the home row to B in the bottom row. And we also learned another symbol or punctuation mark, the comma, and we learned that it was typed by the middle finger of our right hand, going from K in the home row to the bottom row to type the comma key. So in this week's lesson, we will learn 3 keys on the right hand, and 2 of them are the M and U keys. And they're both typed with the index finger of the right hand, going from J in the home row up to U in the top row, and down to M in the bottom row. So these 2 keys are the easier 2 keys in this week. And you'll see why when we learn the other 2 keys, which are P and C. And when we take a look at the keyboard, we'll learn why typing the C key is particularly difficult because it's on the left side of the keyboard. It's typed with the middle finger of the left hand, going from the home position of D down to the bottom row to type C with the middle finger of the left hand, and P is typed with the pinky finger of the right hand. And you'll see when we learn the hand movements of the right hand that it is particularly challenging and new, because we'll be using our pinky finger to stretch from the home row of semicolon up to the P key in the top row. So we'll see how we do that once we take a look at the keyboard. So here's the hand diagram for the letters we've learned so far. And after next week's lesson, we'll have learned all the letters in the alphabet. So we only have 4 more letters to go after today's lesson. So you'll see that we have learned a lot of keys so far. This used to be pretty empty, but now we have keys for every finger. We have, we had the home row keys for every finger, but we had additional keys for every finger now. So let's take a look at the keyboard to learn the hand movements for the 4 new letters that we've learned this week. So let's learn the movements from the home row for the 4 new letters of this week's lesson. So let's put our hands back onto the home row position. For the C key on the left hand, we'll be moving from the D key to the C key with our middle finger of our left hand. So try doing that. Try from the home row, try moving your middle finger from D to C. And when you do that, you'll notice that your index finger of your left hand is being lifted up by your middle finger, or your middle finger has to go under your index finger to press the C key. You can't really press the F key when your middle finger is on the C key. So when your middle finger is on the C key, try pressing F. You can't really do that. So your middle finger has to somewhat go under your index finger to press the C key. So when you're learning the C key and you feel that your index finger is in the way, you can learn it with your index finger lifted up like this. You can point it or have it in the air. And that way your index finger won't get in the way of your middle finger when it goes from D to C. If you can type it or learn it without moving your index finger off the F key, great. But I suggest lifting your index finger just for learning the movement from D to C, as it gets in the way if you don't move your index finger. So try moving from the home row D to the bottom row C with your middle finger of the left hand, and you can learn it with your index finger in the air. For the right hand, we'll be learning 3 new letters, and for M and U, it's typed with the index finger of the right hand. And since we learned the movement from J to Y, that was more difficult. The movement from J to U in the top row should be easier than from J to Y. And from J to M should be not too difficult as well. So try practicing this movement from J to U and J to M from both the home row to the top row and home row to the bottom row. This should be, I'm sure you guys will get this no problem. And the last movement that we'll be learning in this lesson, the most challenging one, is from the semicolon. So that's typed with your pinky in the home row position to the P. So like when we learned from L to O with our fourth finger, the movement from semicolon to P with our pinky finger will feel a bit unusual and strange. So try that. Try going from the home row position, semicolon, to P. You might have to feel like you're stretching to get to the P. You might feel like you have to move your whole hand up a little bit. So you can try doing this with kind of exaggeration. To practice this movement, you can move your hand up a little bit, but once you get used to it, you won't have to move your hand as much. You can just stretch your pinky up like that. And you're exercising, when you're typing the P key and stretching your pinky like this, you're exercising the muscles in your pinky. And when over time, as you practice more and more, this movement and the movement from L to O, and on your left hand as well, will feel more natural and easier to do. So try moving from semicolon to P. You might have to move your whole hand like this, or you can try it without moving your hand too, but it's okay if you move your hand. And practice the movements for all the letters of this week. So from D to C, like this, with your middle finger, with your index finger in the air. And from J to M and U, like this. And from the semicolon to P, like this. All right, so let's take a look at the exercises for this week and see how we can type the C, M, U, and P keys with different letters and make words with them. So let's take a look at the exercises. So let's try an exercise together so you can see how the movements for this week are used when typing words and sentences out. So this is exercise number 3. The exercise is called M, U, P, and C. And this exercise will use all 4 letters that we learned this week. So let's put our hands back onto the home row position and we'll click start. So for this exercise, because we're getting closer to the end and learning learning all the letters in alphabet, try to be accurate in using the right finger for each key, because you don't want to build the bad habits early on when you're learning to type. You want to use the right finger and use the right hand position and movements to avoid that. So try the words per minute requirement for this week is 5, so you don't have to worry about speed at all. So try to do the exercise correctly with the right finger, so you can take as long as you want, and then you can try it again if you want to improve your words per minute. Okay, so let's try this exercise. Okay, so the first key is the capital M. So we move from the J to the M with our index finger, and then to make it uppercase, we press shift with our left pinky because it's typed with our right hand. And then we go up to the Y, and as I said, with the bad habits, one of my bad habits is to type the Y with my left hand. I sometimes do that. But let's use the right finger of the right hand, the index finger, to type it. Okay, O, and another one of a tricky letter. So you use your fourth finger to go up on your right hand, O. And then L's on the home row, D's on the home row, and then D. You go from D to E with your middle finger to the top row, R with the index finger to the top row, and then space. You can press space with both thumbs, with either thumb. Usually I press it with my left thumb. So B is pressed with the left. Nope. Yes, it's pressed with the left index finger. I forgot there. So that's why it's important to use the right finger for the right key. And if you forget, you can go back to the video and see, or go back to the hand chart at the end of this, well, not at the end of this video, earlier on in this video, and check which finger you use to press which key. Okay, so I'll try to go faster now. B, and then R up with your left index finger. O again. T with your left index finger. H to the side, right index finger. E again. R. M, so go down from J. E, N, D, E, D. M. Oh, see? Look at the keyboard. I almost pressed the Y with my left index finger. So it's a bad habit of mine. N, E, and then W is with the fourth finger. Space. M, O, T, O, R, B. And for me, B is another one because I type it with my right hand. So I'll type it with the correct finger. B, which is the left index finger, and up with the right middle finger for I. K on the home row. E, F, O, R, M, E, and then period with the right fourth finger. Uppercase I. Up for the U. S, T, S, H. Up for the U again. T, T, H, E, T, O, I, L, E, T, D, O, O, R. A, home row is on, A is on home row. Down for the N from J. And D, R, E, M, E, M, B. And I almost typed it with my right finger again. So type it with the left index finger. E, R, T, O, U. Up from J for the U. S, E. Oh, I typed the E with the wrong finger. I should have typed it with the middle finger. T, H, E, K, E, Y. Oh, made a mistake. Period. Capital W. So W is typed with your left fourth finger. So you press the shift with your right pinky. W, E, M, U, S, T, M, A, K, E, O, U, R, D, I, N, E, R, M, O, R, E, I, N, T, E, R, E, S, T, I, N, G, A, N, D, N, O, U. Up for the O, up for the O and up for the U. R, I, S, I, N, G, period. And then here's the P's. So we move from the semicolon to the P, but we gotta type like uppercase A first. So A is typed with the left hand, so we press the pinky with our right hand. And then going from semicolon to P, and then again, because it's 2 there, R, O, P, R, I, A, T, E, C, C, almost C. If you watch that, I typed C with my index finger. It's a bad habit of mine. So you press C with your middle finger from D, ARE, MUST, B. Almost typed it with the wrong finger again. BE, TAKEN, WHEN. Up for the P with the pinky, HOTO. Down with the middle finger, not the index finger, COPYING. And that's why you can take as long as you want for this exercise, because I really want you to learn the C with your middle finger and not your index finger. Don't be like me. PAPERS. Remember to go up with the with the pinky finger for the P, and then down with the fourth finger for the period. Uppercase T, HE, and then pinky up for the P, RIM, AND up for the P again, RO up for the P, ER, NANNY, P, USHED, THE, P again, RAM. M is with the index finger. DOWN, up for the P again. PATH, and period with the fourth of the right hand. And then capital T or uppercase T, and then pinky with the right hand pinky. AKE, C. See, I almost pressed it with my index finger again. AREOFTHE. C. Don't use your index finger. Use your middle finger. ASH, period. Capital C with your middle finger, and then pinky with your right finger, CALL, and then uppercase D or capital D, and then pinky with your finger again, DAV. V is with your index finger, ID, AND, up for the P again, AY, HIM, I pressed Y with my left hand this time, so I did a good job, PORTION. Period, and then space, and then capital P, so left hand pinky. So we're using both pinkies, left hand pinky and then right hand pinky to press the P. ULLTHE, up for the P. UMP, P. UP, down for the C with the middle finger of the left hand. AREFULLY. I made a mistake and pressed it with my left hand. It should be with the Y. The Y should be pressed with your right hand. AND, W with the fourth finger of the left hand, ATER, W again, ILLSP with the pinky, URT, OUT, period, capital T with the pinky on the right hand, THE, C with the middle finger of the left hand, ART, C with the middle finger of the right hand, left hand again, CRASHED, up for the pinky with the P, AST, ASIT, C. You see, I almost pressed it with my middle finger, my index finger. CAUHT, CAUGHT, space THE, OF, THE, and up for the P, ATH, and right hand, fourth finger for the period. So remember to use the middle finger of the left hand to press C, and try not to use the left index finger. So take your time. For me, I only got 11.77 for this exercise. So see if you can beat me, and see if you can improve your words per minute after your first try. So you guys are doing a great job. You guys learned all the letters for the right hand. So you completed the right hand. That's awesome. Good job. And after next week's lesson, we'll be learning all the letters for our left hand. So one more lesson to go. A few more lessons, but one more lesson to go to learn all the letters of the alphabet for both hands. And can't wait to teach you guys that next week. So take care, and I'll see you guys next Monday.